You're such an asshole.
If you don't know who that is on the thumbnail, you're wrong. You're just wrong. And before you go to college and before you start sending out resumes, I will give you, before you do anything responsible, please go watch the IT Crowd. That's where that's from. That's Moss. You should all know Moss. This question made me happy because he paid attention. All right. So listen to this. Listen to this. Hi, Uncle Cappy. Please keep me anonymous. Anything in curly brackets, keep private. I have a career and life plan in mind that I want to get your approval on. I am an 18-year-old. Stop right there. You have a plan? You have a plan. I thought most 18-year-olds were just doing pun, like, oh my God, I'm this skin color, and oh, I'm this gender today. I think I like women. No, I like men. La, 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 la. This guy's got a plan. A plan. Okay, I'm an 18-year-old black guy from an area which I like. You may want to think about just staying there. See, I wish I could say where you're from. But you're in not the worst part of the country, who just finished high school, looking to pursue a career in computer science. So much winning. So much winning. I plan on gaining a computer science degree via, oh, come on, man. I can't tell people. He's going to get his degree online from an accredited program online at an accredited school. He ain't going to commute. He ain't going to go for the college experience. He's not going to go into debt. I can't say what he wanted in the bracket, so I can't say where he's going, but he's going to an accredited online school for a degree in computer science. He's not going to go $58,000 in debt. He ain't even going to pay for parking. He's going to wake up. He's going to have his coffee, maybe not coffee. When I was 18, I thought coffee was for adults. I had Mountain Dew, and we had Surge, but that was back many years ago. But he's going to have his coffee. He's going to get up. He's going to do his typity type. He's going to do his work. And he's going to save all that time not walking to classes. While I pursue my online degree, I plan on working for my parents who run a company. All right, so you're going to work, as it's a relatively easy job that will allow me ample time to study. Not to mention you're not commuting, you're not paying for parking, you're not walking to your classes, you're not walking to the library to study, you're not going to be distracted with parties where you weren't going to get laid anyway. Did you get? No, I didn't. And then what else was it? Oh, and God, do you even have to get books? Do you have to even get paid for books for that online school? Oh man. My parents would be flexible with my working hours as they value me furthering my education. I also like this, like they're supporting you. They're not like, you gotta go get the college experience. Like, no, he's gonna stay at home, save a lot of money. The two questions I have for you are: one, after I gain my computer science degree. Now, here's another. I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry. What shouldn't take me more than a year and a half. Now, I know this online school you go to, you could go at your own pace. I'm impressed. I thought I was pretty damn good graduating 6 months early. You're going to do a degree in a year and a half? All right, Moss. Yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do. Should I look for jobs in a major leftist crap hole that is also a tech center to familiarize myself with the tech industry, as well as learn how to live on my own in a major metro, or stay at home with my parents and either apply for jobs here or pursue a master's degree? All right. let's break this down and then we'll go on to your second one. All right. After you look for jobs? You should look for jobs anywhere that they pay the best. Now, in the perfect world, you would work remotely. In the perfect world, you skip the corporate commute and the office and the renting and all that other stuff. That's in the perfect world, right? But the best opportunity may not be, you may not get remote work from the comforts of your own home, making $150,000, living with your folks, saving on rent. Right? That'd be good. That may not happen. So, well, so you choose a specific leftist crap hole because admittedly, logically, is a tech center, but that doesn't mean that's the only place. There are other places that have tech corridors, Raleigh, Durham, Austin, Texas. I will mention other places as well. So you just apply for wherever, and wherever you get the best opportunity, go there. Now, a fringe benefit, if the best job opportunity is not at home, it's not in your own hometown, you're going to get all these living experiences, whether or not you're in a major leftist crap hole or not. All right. So whether, let's say you went to San Francisco, I'm not saying that's where he's going. I'm just saying, let's say you went to San Francisco. That's a major metro. Yeah, you'll definitely learn about rent and public transportation and adult Democrats pooping in the street. You'll learn about crime, and you'll learn about leftist politics resulting in a dysfunctional, broken society. You'll learn a lot about city, but it doesn't matter whether you went to San Francisco or you go to, I'm trying to think, Payson, Arizona. You're still going to have to get rent. You're still going to have to get a car. You're still going to have to get insurance. So I wouldn't focus on the town you're focusing on. Now, if there's a great job there and they pay a lot of money, and they'd have to pay a lot of money because it is a leftist crap hole where adult Democrats poop in the street and there's lots of traffic. But yeah, you go there and you'll get the exact same experience. Fine. It just happens to be, but I wouldn't pigeonhole yourself just to that town. Also familiarizing yourself with the tech industry. That's like me, you got to go to New York to familiarize yourself with finance. It isn't that way anymore, especially white collar work and especially tech. If you're doing computer science, I presume you'd be programming. Code is code. Doesn't matter if you sat at a desk with some baby boomer boss lording over you like a Josh Fluke nightmare, or whether you're sitting at home with your folks and you're just programming and all that. Just familiarize myself, take it, learn how live my own in a major metro, stay home, but apply and adjust, pursue a master's degree. All right. So now let's go on to like staying at home, living with your parents, and a master's degree. Two separate things. Right off the bat, for purely financial reasons, the best, like the optimal, I would say, for your long-term financial success is you work remotely and you live at home. And then maybe even help your parents out a little bit with their business. Okay. Because it sounds like you have good parents, right? And the reason I'm saying that this is the best outcome and only solely for finances is there's this big ass obligation everyone has that very few people ever meet. And then their lives turn out to be hell because they don't do it. But you really want to become financially independent, either retirement or you get independently wealthy earlier on in life so you can attain freedom. That's just me. I'm okay never working again. I want to go out and do as much as I want. Some people, they want to have a family. All right. But the larger point is that you should have the finances and the money to afford the life you want to live. And the quickest way to get there, since you don't care to go to a physical school, which is wise, especially for your years, since you don't want to go to a party, oh my God, nah, 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 I would say not only hunker down, get your degree at home, get it online, make money, save money on rent. I would say if you can get your degree by 20, most of your colleagues, peers are still going to be in school for another 2 years. And if you could get a job that pays and allows you to work remote and you can live at your folks' place without collecting rent or without having to pay rent, oh, especially if you're going to a major metro like that, you're saving yourself $2,000, $2,500 a month. And I would just buckle down, buddy. I would work. I would save for the money on rent. And like in 2 to 4 years, depending on what your pay is, and assuming you don't do anything stupid like buy a brand new car or get yourself a Rolex watch or any other things, dumb young guys do. In 2 to 4 years, you should have a very handsome amount of money that you could use for a down payment on a house. That doesn't mean you go buy a house. I'm just saying, all of a sudden you're looking at six figures, maybe even $200,000, and you're not even 25 yet, or maybe you're 25. That $200,000 in the 3 years of penance in time that you put in, just buckling down, making money, living at home, saving money, more or less makes it that you can retire. You take that $200,000, you throw it into an average returning mutual fund, and by the time you're 65, that will have grown, assuming ceteris paribus, no guarantees, that should, in theory, according to financial history, grow into enough that you could retire, probably even before 65. Another major thing you could do with that is a down payment on a house, a serious down payment on the house. And so instead of being like Kyle, you're 18 years old. Instead of being like everyone 20 to 40 years old, they can't afford a home. It's the evil Trump. It's the evil Republicans in the Senate. It's the boomers. It's the Jews. It's the Guatemalans. You'd be like, oh, geez, I got $200,000. Oh, by the way, don't tell anyone you have $200,000. And then you go, and if you're working remotely and you're in an area where you're not like, oh man, I got to go downtown where all the action is. You're familiar with the mountains in the West. Maybe you like it out there. You travel around the United States a little bit and you say, man, boy, do I like Colorado Springs, Colorado, and you take your $200,000, you put a whopping down payment down on a nice little quiet bachelor hut, or maybe some land, whatever. And then because you put such a walloping down payment on, your mortgage is very low, and now your mortgage is like $1,500 a month, which is less than what people are, paying for rent as they cry about the boomers and the Republicans in the Senate. Never mind interest rates. Like, hey, what about economics? But my point is, that is the best job offer you could get is remote. Show your folks this video just so they know that you got a plan. You got a plan, but like you're not just going to sponge off them forever. But this is why I've changed my policy. Where beforehand I was very anti living at home. Now I'm like, yeah, you might as well, because why waste $2,000 a month on rent? And then if you just invest wisely, and you don't blow all your money and you save it, you just buckle down until you're 25. All of a sudden, the vast majority of your financial problems go away. And you sound kind of like you're a nerd. And it doesn't sound like you're, and in a good way, I mean, it doesn't sound like, oh man, I got to go out and party. Like, dude, if you're okay just buckling down, doing your nerd stuff, getting your degree, getting a job, by the time you're 25, you'll be set financially. And then that opens up a whole bunch of other stuff for you to do with the rest of your life. Motorcycle riding, hiking, fishing, hang gliding, reading books, being a nerd, playing Dungeons and Dragons, whatever it is. Oh, wait, black nerd anime, right? Right? We got to get our Berserk. We got to get our Dragon Ball Z. You're maybe even too young for Dragon. Oh, you're One Piece Pirates? Am I anywhere in the ballpark? Yeah. Anyway, so you would immediately and drastically improve your life to one that you could really enjoy it if you can get that. Master's degree, I don't think you need it. That's the whole point of STEM is it's an advanced trade degree. Like, unless you had an academic interest and want to teach it, I don't think you need a master's degree. I think you need experience, you need internships, do some side work, some gig work maybe once you get proficient in either a code or whatever, computer security, whatever it is. But I would definitely be applying for it. Don't do a master's degree. That's later on, if ever, right? So after I gained my computer science degree, should I look for jobs in this town to familiarize myself with the tech industry? No, you should apply for jobs wherever you want to check out, whatever pays the most, whatever gives you your experience, as well as learn how to live on my own. That will come naturally if you move out of the house, which is coming. That day is coming, right? Doesn't have to be now. Live on my own in a major metro. You don't have to live in a major metro. I don't know if you noticed, major metros kind of suck. There's traffic. I know that they've propagandized every young person out there. They did to my generation too. Like, but back in the day, it was like, oh, go to California because that's all the hot girls. I wish they all could be California girls. And back in my day, yeah, there were hot girls. Like the 80s, girls wore bikinis, women were thin. Well, you go there, it's traffic jam, whether that's New York, LA, doesn't matter. The girls weren't all that great. You just fork over an F ton of money to back then baby boomer landlords. So you could be downtown where all the action is. And then it's like, no. And I don't know the fact you're very insular and like, I'm going to do my own. You're an autodidactic. I don't know. You don't have to live in a major metro. I don't know if that fits with your personality. I mean, if that's where the job is, sure, go ahead. But it's going to be like living in a minor metro, except it's higher rent expenses and maybe you got to take public transportation. So I don't think you have to, but you will inevitably live on your own, and you'll learn all about car insurance and paying rent and renter's insurance and all that. And if you're really bored or you're worried about that, you can go pick up Bachelor Pad Economics that just handholds you through all the major and minor and mediocre financial decisions you're going to make from 14 to death. But man, if you could live at home, work remote, that's what I would do. All right, 2. How do I take advantage of the predominantly leftist tech industry as a black male to maximize my salary and pussy intake? 2 separate things. 2 separate things. I really couldn't give 2 Fs about office culture or Susan from HR wearing a BLM pin on her sweater, but it's very easy for me to turn into the Obama-loving, super oppressed liberal black guy when need be. My ultimate goal is to become a tech bro player since I'm anti-marriage and find most women and people insufferable. Take this from a corporate Machiavelli, Operation Evil perspective. Corporate Machiavelli being a Twitter guy who has since passed, I believe. Perspective, due to my willingness to do whatever it takes to get to the top. I will like a video response, so name your price. And I think this will benefit other young black men as well. Thank you for your wisdom over the years. All right, let's separate the salary and the pussy, shall we? As any victim group, disadvantaged group, protected class, whatever, male, female, not straight, black, Hispanic, whatever. All right, I've made several videos before. We talked about it before, that even if you are deepest and darkest of secrets, the most red state conservative gun-toting Republican, if they're going to give you a leg up and extra hiring bonus and preferential hiring treatment, you absolutely take advantage of it. Absolutely. It's not, did you vote Republican or did you at least not vote Democrat? You did? Okay, well, the society said you're wrong and here's the new rules. And at least I want some people on my team to get some of the goods. I want guys on my team to get some benefit. Like, for example, if they ever do approve student loan bailouts, you're darn right I want people on my side, conservatives, Republican, libertarian types. You're darn right I want them to get their money. Absolutely. The ethics is, did you vote against it? All right. So you take whatever advantage you can. Now, that doesn't mean you ride this train to the last stop. Let me explain why. The dirty little secret that all the parents, well, maybe not your parents, but all the adults, all the teachers and guidance counselors and professors and all that told you, is that life is not about your career. That's not the most important thing in life. The most important thing in life is living your effing life, which is why I was so adamant that if you could save up a lot of money early on, you're free from working. I don't care what your professors and teachers, especially the women, you might be able to stand out as like a independent third party and look at this. Look at the lies they tell women, that the most important thing for a woman is to work, not fall in love, not have kids. And hell no, don't you raise those kids. You drop those sons of bitches off at daycare the day that they come right out of your uterus. Like, you drop them right, the umbilical cord to even be attached to it. Right? They have got you all hoodwinked and convinced that the most important thing in your life is your career, in part because it's kind of under your control. Forming relationships and love requires the agreement and convincing of another person. But the reason they got you thinking that is so you work more and pay more taxes. So you flood the labor market so employers don't have to pay you as much. Don't you notice it's a little odd that not only say you got to go and work, you got to go career, you got to go to college. College, all right, there's $100,000 gone. And now you got to work. And what else did they say? Once you got to work, what does society tell you that you have to do? Now you need a fancy car. Now you need a Rolex. Now you need a McMansion. And so regardless, black, female, minority, it doesn't matter. They got everyone, especially you young people, and they're propagandizing to make you think that the most important thing is your career. Whereas what it really is, and what I've advocated this entire time because it's true, your job is a tool to enable you so that you can go and live life. The old saying, you work to live, you don't live to work. Now, the other thing is, believe it or not, all jobs suck. All of them. There's no such thing as a good job. Now, admittedly, I'm lucky. I don't even consider this a real job. This is a lark. This is a fluke. But I don't care if you get your MBA. I don't care if you get into Goldman Sachs. I don't care if you get into Hollywood. I don't care if you get in any of these prestigious places. They all suck. And what's confusing to a lot of young people who are in their careers, they're like, this can't possibly be right. This is unacceptable behavior on the part. And then they go and they find another job like, oh my God, this place is screwed up too. This is not meritocratic. This is not fun. This is not rewarding or anything like that. And so for everyone, regardless, minority or not, disadvantage or not, your goal should not be to work. It should be to be free and go live your life. Now, you can go work, obviously, and make good money, and you need good finances so that you can go and enjoy life. You can't be living at the trailer park making you $15 an hour at Wendy's while you pay for your kid that you got knocked up when you were 15. All right. That's in which case life is over, at least for 18 years for you. But when it pertains to your individual situation and any other black man, black female, minority, disadvantaged group, it's the same thing me and Chad talk about on the Elkins Accounting Hour, which if you want to tune in, we talk about it a lot, even though that's focused on accounting, is there's the big four in accounting. And it's Pete Marwick, Price Waterhouse, Deloitte and Touche, and something else. And they have got nearly 80% of the accounting majors convinced that you need to go and work for the big four. Oh, the big four, the big four. Ooh, the big four. And all you do is you go work for the big four because you want to have it on your resume. And they underpay you because they're the big swinging dicks in the accounting industry. They're the big four. You can work for Bupkis and Josephine LLC over in Podunk, Indiana, but you can work for Deloitte and Touche in our downtown Chicago office, and we're going to pay you shit for it because they got the brand name recognition. And there's still this old school thinking that, oh, I got a big Fortune 500 company on my resume. And so they underpay their employees. They overwork their employees. Obviously, during tax season, you have to, because these are tax firms, by the way. And Chad, who's pushing 40, no, he is 40, 43, CPA, runs his own practice. He's like, look, go in, do a year, do 2 years, but then you get the hell out. And he doesn't put an asterisk saying, unless you're black, then take advantage of the affirmative action hiring and practices of preferential treatment, because going back to the rule we said before, all jobs suck. And it's a nightmare. I don't care how much they propagandize and make, in your case, the tech world. I don't care how awesome they make you Google look, or Facebook, or the videos with those pain in the ass twits. They're like, okay, here's my day at Twitter, and I'm going to get some espresso and biscotti. Like, that's marketing. And by the way, all those people got fired. They're all fired. So when it comes to working in tech and your career, it's the same advice for everybody. Get in if you want, put a prestigious employer's name on your resume. Get in, get your 2 years experience. If you think, man, this sucks. I don't. This is it. That's the job. That's the job. But do not be tempted if you are a minority or a female or some gay disadvantage, whatever. Don't be tempted by the little dangling, oh, but you'll get preferential treatment. We'll just grease the skids for you. Because where are the skids going to? They're just going to management. Would you say, well, isn't that good? Don't I make more money? Yeah, you make more money, but you got to deal with all these assholes. You go look at anyone that has like a real career in corporate America, whatever. None of them are happy. None of them. And heaven help you if you're a major metro. And things outside your job. Have you ever driven in San Francisco? It's like, it's an isthmus. It's peninsulas. There's bridges. The traffic is horrible. Then you throw in Marxist leftist politics where people are literally shitting in the streets. Not to mention you get stiff-arm robbed during the daytime. They're leaving the doors open because people just break the windows and steal whatever out of the car. You don't believe me? Go look it up. Oh, by the way, in their infinite wisdom, the city of San Francisco decided to not prosecute anyone that steals anything, I think, under $900 of value. All right? So now they're not all. San Francisco is an extreme example, but traffic is universal. You got to pay for parking. You got to pay for more rent. And no matter how much the adults and the teachers and the parents and the guidance counselors, the movies and the media and all that pay like, ooh, downtown. Oh, like God almighty. Not that you would, you're a guy. But go watch one of these Harlequin romance novels on the Hallmark Channel. Here's Bipsy or Shaniqua or Juanita, to pick your choice. And she's working downtown where all the action is that she's a marketing executive. Like, no, it doesn't happen that way. So already off the bat, all jobs suck. You don't want to manage people. You don't want to go in. And you're probably going to be downtown, which sucks even more. The stress and everything. Then, and here's where you got to think more than, oh, well, I happen to be a minority. They're going to give me preferential treatment. Do you want to work for a company or an employer that promotes people based on the quote was color of skin and not content of character? I'm switching it with Martin Luther King. But based on your traits and not your ability. And at first, if you happen to be a disadvantaged group, you say, well, yeah, that's to my advantage. Really? You think? Because if they're promoting people based on traits, what if you don't have the traits they're looking for? See, whether you like it or not and despise it or not, meritocracy in theory, if it ever was implemented, but it rarely was implemented correctly, it was how much work did I put in? It didn't matter who you were, where you were from, and all that. Like, oh, Johnson, he's the best guy. He does the most work. We're going to promote him. All right. You say, well, wait, but Jerome, he's black, so we'll maybe promote him. And Jerome's all excited. What if Ladash is up for a promotion? See, you're a black male. You've only got one card. I don't know if maybe you haven't because you're only 18, but just poke around. I don't know if you've noticed the non-stop, unrelenting, drowning cheering for women. I don't know if you've noticed that. Did you notice that America is like cheering for women? Did you know they're always oppressed and that we got to get more women? I don't see them making rules. I do believe California and some European countries, I know some European countries have made it that a certain amount of women need to be in corporate executive boards and C-suite executive types. I didn't see anything about black men. All right. So here you are, you bust your ass. Let's say you go work for Facebook. All right. This is not to besmirch Facebook. You go work for Facebook. And you work hard and you get promoted, and maybe it was affirmative action, like, oh, okay, now you're senior developer. And now it's time to be promoted to whatever comes after senior developer, software director, I guess. And you're the best. Let's say you're the best. You're like, man, I got this in the bag. And all of a sudden, here comes Ladasha. She is also black. She got a vagina. You don't got a vagina. she's going to get promoted. And so what ends up becoming is this not meritocracy, but like a super bigoted, a super discriminatory, where it's like, who's got the most disadvantages and all that other stuff. And the larger point I would bring onto you is, would you want to work in that environment? Not only because it's not fair, but what kind of environment, what kind of workplace is going to evolve when you don't promote the best, but rather who is the most aggrieved? And you start throwing women in there who are of the mentality, I'm a victim, and you can already start seeing it happen a little bit. It's going to be an insane assault. Not just because women are, it's not that, but where it's like, oh, I have this color skin and I like to lick vagina and I'm also female and I'm handicapped. It's a circus. It's the Arkham Asylum. You don't want to work there. And so what I'm saying is corporate America as a whole, when they're going down this woke path, is not a tenable or viable place for long-term employment for anyone who really wants to work hard and become the best or just be treated fairly. I also say it's going to be an insane place to work. Already, corporate America was not worth working at. Already. That's why Dilbert was so popular. Now we just added an extra layer of faces on top of the bullshit with what are the traits you got. And so what you're seeing, and you're seeing it, watch some Josh Fluke. You can watch this channel. Go get the book, How Not to Become a Millennial. You're seeing this migration. It's in part the Great Resignation or the lying flat movement, where people are like, oh no, oh hell no. I'm not doing that. I'm going to, just people saying, nah, I'm not going to come into the office. I'm remote working. Oh, okay, fine, bye. And all these employers like, we can't find anyone. Well, and so what you're seeing is a movement, which is a good one, I would say, from I got to be a corporate executive. Ooh, 1980s, Reaganomics. I'm gonna be on Wall Street. I'm gonna like no. I'll go in. I'll put in my dues. I'll get my 2 years experience at Twitter or Facebook or Google or whatever. It's on my resume, and now the ultimate goal is to be self-employed or to be this is why we talk about the 1099 superior race, where 1099 is the form you get when you're a contractor, meaning you're self-employed. You have a bunch of clients, which is what if you're this ambitious to get a degree in a year and a half, once you start getting skills, man, I'd be going online and trying to find yourself some kind of contract work. You may not even have to dip your toe into the Democrat adult pooping feces pool of big tech in big Democrat controlled cities. You could just be, I wish I could tell people it's a nice town. Now, of course, maybe you haven't traveled around. Maybe you think there's greener on the other side, but you may be able to avoid ever interviewing with a Karen, ever talking to Susan in HR. But if you're going to go and work, it's not even the S&P 500 or the Fortune 500. It's not even large companies. Any company that's bowing down to suck your black dick because they want to like, oh, look, we care so much. We care so much about the black people. Absolutely. Absolutely take advantage of that. Now, don't go to the other extreme. Okay? Don't be like, I'm a Democrat, leftist, Marxist with your BLM and your what was the guy? Pride. Don't put a decal of, it was one I agreed with more. Malcolm X. Okay? Don't wear the hat from Africa, even though you've never been there, with the color yellow, green, and red robes. No. You just come in. You like, oh yeah. Now if they ask you, oh yeah, I'm a Democrat. Of course you are. You know you're not Republican. You're not conservative. You're not libertarian. Don't talk about the central bank, no matter how much nerdy you are. Don't talk about you're a Democrat, just middle of the road Democrat. That yes, you support the thing, especially if you're in a major leftist crap hole. Whatever it is they say, oh, I'm that too. Right. Just sign my paycheck. And then you make aims, you make plans to be self-employed, or like, oh, I got my money now and I get the hell out of here and I go buy a house in Wallace, Idaho, a town I like, right? Or wherever. But oh yeah, man, you play ball. What? You want me to speak at the diversity meeting? Yes, I will. Okay, yeah. What's it like being a black? Oh, well, we got a long way to go, and you, if you could consider and appreciate and strive, whatever it is, come up with some BS. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, so that's the career, right? So you use corporate America to advance your career. You save up the money, you get the experience, start your own business. That's where you want to go. But do not hang your hat there, because it'd be really sad and tragic. You bust your ass off. All of a sudden, you're my age, 48. You're looking at a corporate executive position. Oh, well, here comes LaDasha, and she's 32. But and she's got 2 years experience in IT management, not actual IT management. And we're gonna make her the COO. Tee hee. Your entire career was wasted. And so life is too short to work for corporate America. It's just too short, too short. Now, the pussy intake. All right. You want to be, my ultimate goal is to become a tech bro player. All right. You could be a tech bro player if you'd like. Probably be entrepreneur. I mean, if you really want to be a player, they're not going to like Mortimer Snerd, senior developer in the back office. So there's another reason that you should become self-employed. All right. But that's a fringe benefit, is getting girls. It is not the main reason you should start a business. You should start a business because you have an idea that's profitable, right? And then girls might find that more exotic. But I'll tell you, the path to girls is not, oh, I'm gonna tech player, bro. That's make money, but you want to get the girls, go to the gym, get jacked, get ripped. That's what I would do. That's what gets the girls. After that, and by the way, that doesn't guarantee you're going to get the girls. It's going to increase your chances. Based on that foundation, then you build up. Oh yeah, I'm a senior software developer. All right. You can wear fancy clothes if you'd like. Ask out girls. All right. But guys, I even said it. God, what was it? I said, don't go to college, go to the gym. I think there's a video on that. You want girls? All right. Go to the gym. Don't go to college. I mean, you should do both, especially if you're going to go into IT like you are. But that's the dirty little secret, is no matter what they say, oh, money and gold. No. I watch my interview with the 10s. So search my channel, hit the gym, not college, and then watch my interview of the 10s or something like that. I interview men who are 10s, and these guys are not super rich or super wealthy, but they are super good looking. And married women are throwing themselves at them. You could be just a really good looking pool boy. All right. So they're two separate goals. You want to go be a tech bro player, make a lot of money, be self-employed, whatever, get your finances, stable finances together. Absolutely. That's the way to do it. Women, go to the gym. Go to the gym and lift lots of weights. I would also recommend you learn to salsa dance or ballroom dance, maybe not waltz, but salsa swing. Bachata, that's coming back. I don't like bachata. But that's how you get the girls. And even then, if you don't believe me, just so you know, you could be good looking, you could even be tall, you could have all your act together. It's still not a guarantee. It still isn't a guarantee. Because if you haven't read it yet, go read Myron's latest book, From Fresh and Fit, Why Women Deserve Less. I helped out with that one. I did the numbers and the data. We pulled a lot of the same numbers from my book called The Book of Numbers, where it's more of an, well, maybe you like Book of Numbers too, where it's the numbers and the data. All I'm saying is women are not as interested in you as you think they would be. If you got your 6 figs and you got your house and you're a tech bro and you're, assistant vice president, you'd be shocked. It's really, Oh, I don't have time for that. I told the guy to text me. Told him to text me. Nobody listens. So that's separate, but that has nothing to do with your career, or how to play it as a disadvantaged person in corporate America. But final thing, we'll go to the super chats. Do reel in your expectations. I mean, you're only 18. Reel in your expectations with what to expect out of women going forward. If you can have your expectations of women in line with reality, you're going to save yourself a lot of time, money, heartache, headache, and frustration. And the only way to really do that yourself is to ask out girls and then get shot down, have girls say yes to a date, get stood up, be like, oh, okay. And to know that is normal. Or tune into some of the older podcasts from some of the older men, completely normal. That's to be expected. Coach Greg Adams, I mean, tune into him. So you're not like, oh, there's something wrong with me. Like, nope, this is just what it is. And then down the road, as you're like working for your folks and you're studying to get your computer science degree, and you got stood up 3 out of 4 times, and the fourth date was kind of meh, then you're going to be like, okay, this other girl said she's going to go on a date with me. I better have a backup plan. And then when she inevitably doesn't show up on the date, you're like, it's all right. That's how it goes. You're not like, what did I do? And you can focus more on yourself. So there it is. All right. Link below, couple resources. Black Man's Got Out of Poverty. For those of you who happen to be black tuning in, there you are. This kid's doing it right. And then, How Not to Become a Millennial. Please read the chapter. Please, every chapter is valuable. Every chapter is valuable. Please read the chapter about a career and what the point and purpose of a career is. And it's not linked down below, but I mentioned it before. Bachelor Pad Economics. That's that. All right, Hat and Clogs, $2. Money for Cappy. Great to be Cappy. La, la, la. It is. It is great to be me. Wasn't great for the first 35 years, but then things slowly started getting better. Willie Mendoza, $2. Cappy, why are professors evil? Recap, please. Well, for $2, because they sell you worthless things for an egregious price. The people who have crippled the millennials and now the Zoomers, financially crippled them, that's the professors. They're the ones that charge you $300 a credit and $500 for a textbook. It wasn't the white male Republicans in the Senate. It wasn't Trump. It was your professors. And they have no problem charging you $300 a credit to teach you about what? Sociology, African-American history. And then you're like, oh yeah, I get a degree in this. And then you're completely unemployable, but you got $75,000 in debt. And everyone's, I don't know why younger people haven't grabbed pitchforks and torches and gone after professors and held down universities. The Republicans, Congress didn't take your money. Professors did. Go after them. Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $5. He's already far ahead for a dude. Yep. I know who now has to get an MS in analytics after majoring in an above average unnamed business degree. Yeah, you got to get you got to go back because you have a business degree. Accounting is the only worthwhile degree in business. That's the only worthwhile one. Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $2. Also, Raleigh Durham has good Uber left, has gone Uber left off a cliff. Well, okay, because young kids know so much better. I always was shocked about that, like how tech bros, I think because they want to get laid. All the girls are like, I'm a socialist because they told me to be. Yay. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I'm socialist too. Suck my peen now. Ron Suarez, our other Latino agent in the field, $5. Read a couple of reviews from Western Governors University students. Employers didn't care where they got the degree from. We've been saying that for years. It's your degree. Employers didn't care where the degree was from, just that it's accredited. Yeah, that was it. Western Governors University, ASU Online, there's more. There's more colleges that are accredited. You don't have to go to the flagship campus. You don't need the college experience. Nonstop Dre, $2. But Cappy, what if he gets a Oopsie from 9s and 10s, bruh. Well, look, I can't address everything for every young man out there. If you want, I got a 12-hour course called The Dad You Never Had. Now, this guy sounds like he's got a dad. That's why I got a vasectomy. I had one too many pregnancy scares. I'm like, God Christ, on a security guard's income? No effing way. Yeah, I'm on birth control. Oh, oops. What do you mean, oops? I'm like, no. Too many girls, just like, no. And it's in my control. See, I took the responsibility from women to take their pill regularly, and I took the control. Now I control the situation. I am in command. I have a vasectomy. If I want to have a kid, I'll have a kid. I'm not going to go into the details of how you can still extract sperm. I'm not going to do. But now, no one gets pregnant unless I want them to. Well, they want to get pregnant too, which will be no one. So there's no oopsies 9 and 10s. No, not if he gets a vasectomy, but that's a whole other different conversation. Oh, by the way, since we are talking to black men, would you like to be vaccinated, immunized against baby mamas? Every other guy, would you like to not have baby mama drama? Would you like to not oops, I'm triggers. Would you like to avoid that? May I strongly recommend you look at getting a vasectomy. And no, it is not cutting your balls off. I'm going to write a book about it. I swear to God, I'm going to write a book about it. The amount of ignorance about vasectomies. All these girls get all tubal ligation, birth control, this, that thing, that, 1,000 different forms of birth control. I say vasectomy, would you cut your dick off? It's like, oh, Jesus. It's only the number one solution to poverty. It only is. And you can still have fully functional sex. WizDivision Productions, $10. He sounds like a carbon copy of me at 18. Don't get sucked into the city boy corporate life. Thank you very much, Wizda. Thank you very much. And hopefully, I checked the mail there, Wiz. I haven't gotten your thing yet. Relentlessly seek financial independence. Exactly. Enjoy your hobbies. Everything else will fall into place. Yeah, well, he's 18, when you're 18, hormones and everything for the girls. But if we could just get him to put women in the correct context, you can't fight an 18-year-old's hormones. He wants to get laid, obviously. I'm just saying, if we could get him to say, hey, look, they're just going to be a piss. Or here, they're going to be a tremendous pissing away of time. It just is going to be that way. And unless you're an absolute jacked man, you're just not. You think, oh, I'm going to get by on my mind. No, you got to go to the gym. And even then, most will be a tremendous waste of time. Please go get the book of numbers, Analyzing the ROI of the Pursuit of Women. Then pick up Myron's book. Schillinger, 750 Icelandic kroners. Take my worthless currency to buy a bottle of Icelandic Brennivin so you can taste it on the next live stream. Okay, I'm not drinking anymore. That's the problem. Oh, yeah. 1985, $20 for being honest. That's how ASO Consulting is founded. Everyone else is lying to you. I'm the only one who's like, I don't care what people think of me. Women, stop being fat. Ladies, stop majoring in dumb shit. Boys, stop majoring in dumb shit. And nobody get married. And men have vasectomies and have kids, but make sure you do it under a certain right and law. I mean, this isn't hard. It really isn't hard. Oh, by the way, everyone, your traits are absolutely freaking worthless. I'm a Hispanic. As a black female, no one gives a shit. It doesn't have any effect on your intelligence or abilities. I mean, it's Gay Pride Month. Oh my God, I'm gay. I think I speak for everyone across the world. No one cares that you're gay. Well, okay, you're gay. Good for you and Pride. Okay, fine. We don't care. Go have sex with whoever you want. I don't care. I'm not gonna get in your way. I'm not gonna pledge fealty and bow down and worship in front of you. I just don't have time to lie. And it seems to piss off all the right people when you're honest. Just go to a fat guy, I can't find a guy. Well, it's because you're fat. Ah! And it's like, good, good. That feeds my soul to see you cry. Yes, excellent, excellent. Yes, suffer the pain, suffer the pain. Michael B, $3. Cappy, how do you celebrate Juneteenth? Actually, well, what did I do? I mean, how did I celebrate today? Or was that yesterday? Was it yesterday? I went for a hike yesterday. It's not because black people are tuning in. Think about Juneteenth, like it's the last day of slavery and the story behind they had to go because of the way communications were old back then. What was it? Galveston, Texas was the last place. That's kind of a cool thing to celebrate, don't you think? Like the last day of slavery in the United States. And it was delayed after the war and the signing and the agreement. And it was like, I think that's kind of cool, isn't it? I'd rather celebrate the Juneteenth than a month of everybody of this type gets a whole freaking month. It's like, oh God. Could also be it's just a day, it's day. All right, yeah. Nonstop Dre, $5. Would you consider affirmative action equal to the quote, the bigotry of low expectations? Yes. I mean, it there'd be some economic argument, but it wouldn't be along the lines of traits. It would be along the lines of how wealthy your parents are, which would correlate with traits, but not always. Um, traits is bigoted, period. Traits you were born with or claim to have. That's a, but I'm I'm not for a welfare state, just so you know. But okay, you come from the trailer park because your mom was a whore. All your siblings are half or step. You don't know your dad, but you've known 3 stepfathers and step-boyfriends along the way. Yeah, maybe a little bit of help. Maybe we lower the standards for you a little. Not not scores, not grades. Like okay, maybe you get an extra couple points on a civil service exam. But it wouldn't be anything that we got now. Personified into corporate policy. Well, a corporate policy. It's not corporate policy is not the bigotry of low expectations. The corporate policy is purely marketing. Because the government for the past like 2 generations now, maybe even 3, has convinced every American that the most important thing about them is their traits. And so they're just marketing that. Oh my God, it's Pride Month, right? Do you think one corporation gives a flying damn about gay people? They don't care. They want gay people's money. You think Target cares? Like, look at Bud Light or Budweiser, whatever it was. Like, it was a marketing move. They wanted to expand it to get women. Hey, look, here's a trans guy or gal. It's like, you so couldn't care. You just want money. So yeah, the corporate policy that has nothing to do with, oh, we're trying to help out a particular group of people. It's that particular group of people have money. Down with the system, brother. Yeah, totally. Oops. What the hell? Am I still alive? Thank God. Hang on. Oh, that just. Oh. I'm gonna get a staple and staple the wires up against the wall. When you auction the Carlson degree, soon. I caught up with everything. Like I got one more video to do. It's a video response, so I'm procrastinating on that. But I went to the gym today. I played some video games in the middle of the daytime. Mowed this little bit of yard that grows faster than the rest of the yard. Yeah, so I guess soon. I need like a break, like some downtime of doing nothing. Just if I do occasional asshole consult, but then like I don't want to. You really ought to auction off the degree. You really ought to dig that trench. Nonstop Dre, $2. Everyone knows T Rash gets all the girls. Clean up, man. Hey, where has T Rash been? We haven't seen T Rash in a while. I appreciate a visit from the official and special guest celebrity T Rash. Dre, $2 again. Cappy has earned his N-word pass for this. I don't want an N-word pass. How about this? I just don't use the word. How about we just not do that? I don't have a need or a compunction. Wisdom Vision Productions, $2 nonstop. Dre, he can have my black card. I just look. I got a simpler idea. Simpler idea. How about we all just stop lying to each other, huh? How do we get black people out of poverty? Stop having kids you can't afford. That's everyone, though. How do you close the wage gap between men and women? Ladies, stop majoring in stupid shit. Oh, why do you hate people? I don't. How you should be more concerned about the people lying to you, saying, "Oh yeah, you should get a degree in journalism or African American studies. You should go $140,000 into debt." Those are your enemies. Those are the people I'd be worrying about. And it's even a simpler economic philosophy. I call it the reality principle. Maybe some philosopher before me figured it out or called it something different. But the more accurate you are in terms of the information you have, the more effective your decisions are. So let's say you were brought up in the the black ghetto of Chicago. You're told day in, day out, oh, why is the discrimination and patriarchy or whatever, Donald Trump. All right. If someone just came in and said, "Hey, buddy, you really ought to go to trade school." Okay, fine, you can believe all the other stuff, but just go to trade school, become a plumber, become an electrician, and get the hell out of this Democrat shithole and go work and don't have kids you can't afford. He'd be better off. But you can't say that now because I mean, everyone's got such fragile feelings. You try to tell a girl anything that's going to help them. Hey, you want to fall in love with the man of your dreams? You got to drop 50 pounds. Ah, fine, be a fat fucking sow. I don't care. Men suck. No, you're just fat. You're just fat. And if you were to be thin and nice and not dye your hair purple and have 17 other men's kids, you'd have a guy. F it. Dre, $2, but Kanye said slavery was a choice. What? I don't think it was a choice. I'm not exactly a historian, but I'm going to guess the black guys over in Africa, after getting enslaved with their warring tribe and brought to the port, I don't think, the slave trader came in on his boat and said, well, you don't have to get on the boat. Pretty sure they were shackled. Is that it? That's it. Oh, one more. Dre, $2. The Great One earned his N-word pass, sponsored. Oh, the Great One. It's Cynical Libertarian Society. He had a pretty good podcast about shows on Pluto TV. Adam 12 and Thief and some other things. All right, there you go. That's it. All right, links below. See you guys later, Toodles.